you
Well,
noticed?
well, being in my role now, because I am a trainer, for a large company, and I've been a trainer just a few months, but I've always been a coach and a manager. I've been that for years. And I noticed just today, one of the young people in their 20s was like, you're like the cool auntie that, we know you're going to fuss, but I also know that I can come to your house and just go straight to your refrigerator
Yeah.
and get the food out of your refrigerator and eat, and you're going to give me to the straight, and I can tell you anything. So I've noticed in my role, I've been able to touch a lot of young people.
Mhm.
Um, and just be genuine with them, like and truly care. They say it comes because I
Yeah.
fuss and I fuss, and I'd be like, you know what? Why y'all like me? I fuss all the time, and then you know what they say?
Mhm.
It comes from a place of love.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, for real? And just whatever comes up, and it does because
Uh-huh.
I'll fuss at you, and then I'd be like, oh, you still mad? What you want to eat?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna get over it in a little bit, but it comes from a place of love. And then I always like to explain
Uh-huh.
the why behind why I'm so hard on you, or the why behind the reason why I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and then pushing them. I know you
Uh-huh.
can do this, and then give them words of encouragement to the young people, because a lot of our young people are lost,
Mhm.
no direction, just in the world, not, don't have a
Mhm.
plan, don't take accountability. So it's a lot going on. And, if you reach out to one or two, if you could just touch one or two,
Mhm.
it, it, it can help. And sometimes I don't even know that I've helped, but I have. I actually had one recently who actually left the company that I work for.
Mhm.
But she left me a little note, and
Mhm.
it said, and I was gone for vacation, and when I
Mhm.
came back, it was on my desk, and she was like, thank you for everything, always being there to talk to me, and most of all, pushing me to pursue my career dreams. And she was
Nice.
just a little nice looking, and she wants to be an electrician.
Oh
So I was
wow.
like, yeah, she wants to be an electrician. And so I just did little things like for her birthday, she was like, she's short on tools. And I just gave her a couple of tools.
Mhm.
And she's always closed. So I gave her a blanket.
Mhm.
So, just little things like that, just to let people know you care. And, we're young, and hey, look, go for your dreams. Now, I don't want to be out there in the cold. So I was like,
But if you
it's
want to do
cold
it,
out there, right?
like you plan on working in Florida, where you go?
Girl, you want to try? She's like, yeah, you try. I said, honey,
Mhm.
hey, to each his own. You're a young woman. Go ahead and do some push-ups and get ready for that cold.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so just helping you pursue your dreams and being someone to talk to. Because I've always been an open book, even with my
Yeah.
kids. I'm the type, hey, mom, don't lie to me. Tell me anything. And sometimes it's so open. I'd be like, why would you even tell me that? But they're open. But I don't
Yeah.
judge. I'd be like, okay, and
What
then
you
I'm
say?
gonna
You
give them
listen
advice.
and you don't
We
judge. Okay.
listen and we don't judge. But in my head, I'd be like, I know, boy,
Like I'm still your
what?
mom.
Yeah, I got three boys. Thank you, Jesus, because them girls, I don't know, honey. That's some of the stuff they be telling me. And if you got a girl, I'm sorry. Don't run into my children. Don't run into my boys. I'm gonna tell you.
One of the things, and I don't think I've ever told you, is like we've known each other for years, so I know, some of your story, but I've always been amazed, kind of honored to know you and the journey that you have gone through and how you've made sure that you made it. Like, I have not seen anybody work so hard for their kids.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Like, and like all of them
Mm-hmm.
equally, and make sure that you at all the football games, and why all of them play football. Like,
Yeah.
one could have not,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
so,
Somebody.
but just to see you in action and how you've grown, business wise, financially, just all of the things, all of the steps that you've taken, and you succeeded. Like, whatever you've tried to do, you've done it. Whenever there was something that needed to be met or anything that they needed to have, you was like, there was just not even a question.
Yeah.
And so I've been able to witness that. I'm gonna give you some flowers. Go ahead,
Thank
girl. In this
you.
moment, but like, just to watch you over time, because
Mhm.
I've seen it over time, and it's like what was the thing that allowed you to stay so focused with that? Because you kept a job, but you made sure.
Mhm. So I get a little emotional when I talk about this. And I don't even know if I've shared this with you, and I may have years ago, but I was a teenage mom.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was 15 when I had my first child, my son, which has made me grow up. And it was the first time having sex and got pregnant. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
here we go. That's life. But
Mm-hmm.
and so what? In the 90s, he was born in 1993. Um, Black women, teenage pregnancy was big back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
No direction. I wouldn't even say direction. It wasn't, I didn't have the openness
Mm-hmm.
with my parents like I have with my children.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of things as in the 90s, 80s, 90s growing up, and it's no
Mm-hmm.
fault of our parents. That was
Yeah,
just the way
it
they were
was.
raised,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it's
It was just like,
generational.
don't do it, but
Yeah.
not a conversation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, so we had to find out things on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And then back in the 90s, statistics were big.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember saying to myself, I don't want my children or my child, because I didn't have another one for 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
um, to be a statistic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my child, I don't want to be a product of welfare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do everything that I can. I worked. I turned 15 after I had him a couple months. I turned 16 and I went to work.
Mm-hmm.
Echo Drugs was my first job, making $4.25 an hour. I stayed in school
Mm-hmm.
and I worked and I paid for his daycare and I had help with my family. So, and I always said, hey, I don't want him to be in problem. And me saying that
Mm-hmm.
pushed me. Whatever they want to do, I'm going to work hard to do it. Now, this is another thing that made me proud that I stuck out. One day my son was in school and I got a call from his teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And his teacher goes, they were doing statistics.
Right.
And they said, hey, we have a problem with your son today in class. He had an outburst. And I was like, outburst? Not my child. What happened? Tell me what happened. Because there's a reason. Because he's like, I don't have bad kids in school. I don't play that. And she said, well, and I said, put him on the phone. And I said, what happened, son? He said, Mom, they were talking about teenage pregnancies and that teenagers that have babies are gonna be on welfare and they're gonna be statistics and they're gonna go to jail and the kids gonna go to jail. He said, so I said, I ain't no statistic and my mama ain't either. I ain't know no. So I was like, oh,
Okay.
you're not.
You good. You ain't have.
And so I said, put her back on the phone. I said, he needs to go ahead and return to class immediately. He's expressing how he feels. And he is not a statistic and he's telling the truth. Any more questions?
I know that's right.
Or I can be on my way up there.
One of the two.
One of the two.
You ain't gonna like the second option.
You're not gonna like the second option. So don't silence my Black child for telling his truth. And your statistic class, Caucasian lady. Okay? What I'm gonna say. None of that. I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah.
So and that pushed me. So then, I had my other one. I was married and all that, and and my parents are always at my games. Like if my mom was working, my dad was there. My dad was working, my mom was there. So they were always.
Oh, you saw.
Yeah, that's all I saw, and that's all I saw. And vacations every year, I saw that. So I made sure that happened for my children every year. And I'm gonna get you what you want to the best of my ability. If I only said no if your academics weren't in order.
Right. Which makes sense.
If your academics in order, if I don't got it, I'm going to go get it. And you don't have it. May not be right now, but it'll be later.
Okay.
And I'm going to get you what you want because you deserve it. Now, your grades have to be right. Because all my kids are very handsome. I don't know, I'm biased. But I always told them, boys, don't nobody like a cute dummy.
I know.
Okay?
Right.
I don't like no cute dummy. You ain't gonna be around here cute, don't know nothing.
Right.
So, and all of them have been in college. All of them graduated. The last one in college on a full scholarship. playing football because I stay at the fields. God is
Mm-hmm.
good. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So, what would you tell your younger self about how to best prepare for the future?
One, be patient. Younger self, be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Everything that you see, you don't have to do.
Meaning.
Meaning, wait to share your love
Mm-hmm.
and your life. I love being a mom, but if I could have did it in my late 20s, I would have
Mm-hmm.
waited. But
Mm-hmm.
then I don't know because I'm in my 40s now and I'm living my best life. So it's two-headed sword. It's two-edged sword. Really, it really is. But no,
Right.
seriously, wait. I'm doing some things now. Going back to school and college, all that stuff, things that I
Mm-hmm.
should have done earlier. So tell my younger self, do
Could
what you're
have.
supposed
We
to
are
do.
not shitting on ourselves. We are not. We don't do should
No.
because
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like at that time you were doing the absolute
Yes.
best.
Yes, I was. I
So
was.
it wasn't really. I don't know if it was room for that at the time,
It wasn't
and now you have more free time.
nothing but time, girl. Living my
Yeah,
best life. So,
and I'm not saying it couldn't have
yeah.
been done, but but at the same time, like literally, you were being a good mom and
Right.
working.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
some people do all of it, but it's like sometimes it's a little bit more challenging.
Yes, it is. And being a good mom, working. I bought my first house at 21 because I didn't want my kids to be a statistic.
So I mean, I don't have a house. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for all of the years, and these are the things that I'm saying. Like hello,
Yeah.
you've been able to accomplish more, um, and you're at
Yeah.
21
Yeah. Yeah.
being a mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there doesn't need to be any judgment
Yeah.
there. I'm certain that where you've made it in your career as well.
Yeah.
Like you ain't missed nothing.
I ain't miss nothing. I
you
did.
know so it's a thing to have, and
Mm-hmm.
yes, I have it or whatever, and I'm like okay with it, but at the same time sometimes people, as I say, when you show up a certain way, the way is made for
Yeah.
you. And so I think that because of who you are, and you've always been very compassionate and always been a good worker, that the way has continued to be made for you.
Yes. When I tell you that God has really put my name in rooms that I never know I existed in,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen, and you just don't worry,
Right.
because and I'll just share a little bit. Well, first, let me finish with the younger self. Don't be in a hurry to grow up, younger self. Stay a kid, okay? Do all the
Yeah.
kids stuff, and I have to tell my youngest one that sometimes. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's so grown. He
Mm-hmm.
18 and he like 35 for real. Like
Mm-hmm.
18, 35. Stay, but I think that's just his soul. He has an old soul, but
Mm-hmm.
just don't be in a hurry to grow up.
Mm-hmm. As I always say, you only got 1 year to be to each age. Enjoy the age that you
Yeah.
are, because you don't have that age again.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say before that? I don't know, girl. I got sidetracked.
No, oh, you were saying that your name had been in rooms that
Yeah.
you
That.
didn't, like God has placed your
Yeah,
name
yeah,
in
yeah.
rooms.
Thank you, girl. Put me back, and I'll just say that, and I'll just give a little light because people need to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
With the world turn, the economy the way that it was, I have been at my place of employment for 14 years, and
Uh-huh.
in June of last year, they did a big surplus,
Mm-hmm.
and I was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a call. I was actually on vacation. I was headed to Charlotte. I don't know why. Oh, my mom's retirement.
Mm-hmm.
I was at my mom's retirement, I think it was, and I got a call and said, "Hey, the script was being read by my current boss, and she had like the shaky voice, and she was like, 'I'm sorry, you've been surplus. July the 16th is your last day.'"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, when you so I just need to know about the package. When is that? What is that package about? She's like, 'Are you okay?' I said, 'Girl, I'm fine.'
Mm-hmm.
Because hey, what's for me is for me."
Right.
And so I had this, and she was all upset on the phone. I was like, "Girl, are you crying?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry you came to Atlanta to do this job. You've been here 3 years. You do amazing, and they're making these cuts." And I said, "Hey, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
God is good, and what's for me is for me." And
Mm-hmm.
that was June. And then 1 week later, because I wasn't going, they weren't going to surplus until July. I got a call from another person in the company and said, who's over my
Mm-hmm.
boss, who's over my boss's boss. So they're right there. So he goes, "Hey, we have a position for you. We think
I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to sign my papers yet. What's going
I ain't even signed no papers, girl. It was a week later. I was still on payroll. I was at home sleeping in,
on?
going to my Zumba classes because I like Zumba. I was getting right. I was like, oh, I might as well get my body right.
Uh-huh.
And a week later, he was like, "We think you'll be a perfect fit. Think about it to sound like something you want to do. Let me know."
Mm-hmm.
We went over. He's like, "I would go over it numbers." I said, "Okay, let me know what you come up with."
Right.
A couple days later, hey, we got you're gonna start
I can't
before
hear you.
he said we got this.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me
What's
now?
going on? Okay, I can.
He said we're gonna start before then. Before your day, everything's just gonna move over. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay. And it's in a position that I love now. I'm a trainer now, like I said, talking and
Mm-hmm.
teaching people. So it's love and light. Now it's like everything happens for a position.
I can't hear you again. And now you're frozen.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. So sorry about that. So was I love what I do now,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Hey, yeah, when it's in the same building, and when the people see me now, they was like, "You just come in here smiling, you done lost weight, your skin glowing, girl. What you doing?" I said, "It's God." When you put your name in rooms that you don't even know your name is in because you're walking in faith and not by sight. Come
Mm-hmm.
on, I'm okay.
Right. Right.
What's for me is for
Right.
me. So he was like, "Yeah, okay." So they get it. So I'm just saying, trust the process with
Okay.
anything, any
Right.
trust the process.
Okay. So, what would you say that you're the most proud of, or your top two or three things?
So I'm my most proud of. You already know what it is. My children.
I about to say
Them dang
the
old
boys.
boys. Dem, them boys. Um, I'm proud of them really sticking to the plan, listening,
Mm-hmm.
listening to hear, and listening to receive and not to be on the defense.
Okay.
You have to teach Black men that everything, no one's against. A lot of people will be against him. And you got
Mm-hmm.
to really know who's for you. So they listen
Mm-hmm.
and they grow, and them being educated and being smart. I want them to go further than I've ever been. So I don't think I'm doing my job unless my children are doing better than me.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're excelling, then I've done my job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm watching them grow into
Yeah.
young men, growing into grown men and pursuing dreams. So I'm proud of them,
Mm-hmm.
going to school, completing them. The oldest one, didn't start on the same path as the second one and the third one. The third one has the easy. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say easy, but when you're the
He was
baby,
able
you kind of
to.
learn. How you say, "Oh, I ain't gonna do that because that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna mama gonna trip off that," so
Yeah.
he, so he, so he learned. So I'm most proud of that. I'm most proud of me not being a statistic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, me having a career. Um, me doing what I have to do to survive in America.
Mm-hmm.
Me doing what I want to do, traveling, making sure that my children see the world at a young age. Every year we went somewhere. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mom and dad gonna make it happen. We're gonna go somewhere. And now, what they do? They travel.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I turn around, somebody burning up an airport. You know. I mean, not literally,
Yeah.
but literally they in there, they in there on the front. Where you wait? Where you on your way to? Where you gonna get the passport stamp? All right then, all right, go and get your passport stamp. Where you gonna making plans? It's to the point where, and then being that I'm on the receiving end of it, and they appreciate it because them being able to take me
Yeah.
places. They took me to the Virgin Islands and
Yeah.
they ain't have to pay, baby. Yes, that was amazing. They was just like, come on, girl, pack your bag. I was like, for real? You know, I ain't never packed a bag so fast. Half the stuff ain't even matched, baby, but I was there. I was there. What? Yo, I don't need no money. Even when I get there, I came back with the same amount of dollars that I
That you
left
left.
with.
Okay.
Girl,
Yeah,
that's
that's good.
amazing. Um, and I'm proud of me still, holding in there and being not a statistic, even with divorce.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
made it. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's been with the Black community. That's the thing.
Yes, that is a thing.
Yeah, and so what do you think has assisted you in not being a statistic in that area? Because I know sometimes marriage is
Ooh,
rough.
girl, I know you know because I don't sit on your couch. Amen.
I wasn't gonna say
I'm going to tell it. Because,
it.
baby, one thing I'm going to be is real. Okay?
Every time.
It's real.
So what do you think it is? Because I've seen kind of some of the ups and downs in the relationship, but I see it now, which is totally different
Mm-hmm.
than what it was.
So, yeah. One, we were so young
Yeah,
um,
because you
when it
all when you
happened.
got married? How
Huh?
old were you when you got married?
23.
Okay.
Young.
Mm-hmm.
And he was 24.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, so and we had been dating since high school.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't experience a lot
Yeah.
um, of the
Mm-hmm.
world. We were trying to figure it out
Together.
together.
Yeah.
And with that comes growing pains because in your 20s, women grow, and most women mature faster
Mm-hmm.
than men. And I was at a place where we were, I'm like, oh, let's just do family. Let's go to church.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure the kids are doing this. Oh, because I got pregnant on my wedding night with that middle one. So yeah, so we're gonna grow. Ain't that something? Ain't that
Right.
something? Wedding night, I remember Country Inn and Suites over there by Myrtle Beach, baby. I remember just like it was yesterday. We had the jacuzzi suite, okay?
What'd you say? Fun times and
Yeah.
oh goodness.
I remember, and look, when we ride past it, because it's right there off of Independence, like going past Monroe, that's where we stopped at before we got to Myrtle Beach. I'd be like, that's where RJ was made. It's still there. It was brand new then. It was,
Nice. Oh goodness.
ain't that something? And
Mm-hmm.
I tell him now, boy, that's where you were made at. He'd be like, really? Really? I'm just saying, you had to be made somewhere. I
Right.
mean, you just,
Yeah.
oof.
Wink, blink, and all of a sudden you was here.
Yeah, yeah. The store can't drop you off. So, but yeah, I'm sticking. I said sticking through it takes a lot of prayer.
Mm-hmm.
It took a lot of me talking to my grandma, my mom.
Okay.
They never divorced,
Mm-hmm.
and getting advice from the elders. Because if you listen to your friends
Mm-hmm.
who ain't never been there or done it, and then
Mm-hmm.
you got to watch who you call your friend, baby, I would have been dead a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
Because we all make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that we ought to do. And the thing is, we can't keep making them. Now, I will admit that if you can't beat them, join them happen too. Now, I'm going to keep it 200.
Just
Okay?
yeah.
So, but we had to grow.
Okay.
And there was even a little separation in there. But,
Mm-hmm.
what God has for me is for me.
Right.
Um, we had to go through counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid of counseling Black people. Don't be afraid to talk to someone
Mm-hmm.
because it works.
Right.
And, I don't even argue no more. I think by the time 30s were milder, 20s was rough,
Mm-hmm.
30s were mild.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I got to 40, I'm like, look, either you going to be here or you ain't. We going to work this out. Now these children about grown. We working on grandkids now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's where we are. It's loving light right now. I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's
Nice.
yeah. So it's rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough. It'll be year 25 in April.
Oh,
So here we go.
all right. Nice.
April 29th, 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then at this time too, you almost 50, bro. You getting old. You ain't like
So your selection may not be.
just somewhere how my dear say it, sat down.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
That's the way I say that. But we had to learn to communicate. All seriousness, we had to learn to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fusser by nature. I just talk loud. I was a
Mm-hmm.
cheerleader and I talk loud. So, and it was a lot of me just saying, talking to just be heard,
Mm-hmm.
but not listening.
Okay.
And so you gotta communicate and talk and listen to each other. So
Mm-hmm.
and really listen to understand, comprehend, and then compromise
Right.
because
I know
you're
that.
gonna get it all. Hmm?
Well, that's one of the things that I when I do sometimes work with couples, one of the things, because I only work around communication, I don't really work around too many other
Mhm.
things. But that's one of the things that I've noticed, and I even notice myself in relationships, is we hear with the ears of our life.
Mhm.
And so sometimes, because we've had an experience and someone may say something, we may assume
Mhm.
what they mean, but they don't mean
Right.
that. And
Mhm.
so sometimes you have to really stop and get clear on what is the thing, because it may hit something in you and you all the way left and gone off and all the rest of the stuff, and that's not even what they were saying
Right.
or
Right.
what they meant by
Mhm.
what they said. So it does take that, like you said, that being able to stop and communicate and listen and try to understand and compromise.
Right. And because I am, in my position, I am a boss.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to make sure that I take that hat off
Mm-hmm.
at the door sometimes because I'm ready to rah, rah, rah.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the home and rah, rah, rah. And I can't do that no more.
Right.
This is a grown man. You can't
Mm-hmm.
rah, rah, rah as a grown man. You bark those orders at the people that you get paid to do
Mm-hmm.
that with. But,
Yeah.
I had to learn to turn it on and off because it was just on all the
Mm-hmm.
time. And I'm not going to say I got it all the way together. I'm still a work in progress, okay? I still,
You know,
I'm
I,
working.
I will say that what I've seen is he does well with balance because
Yes.
he's not rah rah.
Yeah, no, at all.
And so and you all have a good time together.
We do. We do. That was my phone ring. We do have a good time together.
Mm-hmm.
We still think we young, honey. You ever see my Instagram, baby? You see me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I can be myself with him. Like he is my biggest cheerleader. Like if I'm going out, you should see one. I went viral on his page on a reel, over 1.1 million views from me cutting a fool in Jamaica, doing splits and everything. Guess who was holding the camera? You know,
Him.
and then he talk about, I already know you're gonna do your finishing move. That's why I always have the camera rolling whenever they do a dance contest.
And I think that's through all of it, though. I
Mhm.
think that's the thing that you all both have had is you always could be yourself with each other.
Yes, absolutely. 'Cause I don't know who else to be. And if you
Yeah.
can't be yourself, then you don't have anything real.
Okay.
Where can
True.
you be yourself at if you can't be yourself at home
Right.
or out
Or
with your
just be yourself.
significant other?
Yeah.
Yeah, with your significant other. But yeah,
Hmm.
I we cut up, and it seems like it get worse when we outside. We be like, we outside, we outside, twin. You ready?
Listen, y'all outside free for real now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'd be real bad. It'd be the kids. It'd be the little ones. Where you at? Where y'all going? Yeah, every time I turn around, y'all outside, and
We earned this.
we turn this. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's hilarious. Yes.
Okay, so what do you do to assist you with overcoming challenges as they come up?
I've learned to, one, not, for every action, there's a reaction. So I've learned to pace myself on my reactions,
Ooh.
process.
Mm-hmm.
I have to process things because my mouth, at the end, I am black girl joy, black girl magic, all of that. But my mouth can tend to get in the way sometimes. So I've learned to calm that down and,
Mm-hmm.
process
Mm-hmm.
before speaking,
Mm-hmm.
um, and listen
Mm-hmm.
to others. Sometimes I be listening to people I used to, and I'm still working on because I'm always a work in process. And I'm ready to come back with a reaction,
Mm-hmm.
just to be angry
Mm-hmm.
or be, oh yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes now I'm like, okay, I'm listening, I'm a processor. And sometimes I'll be like, let me get back with you on that.
Right.
Okay, we talk about it later. Or either if it's through a phone call or a
Mm-hmm.
text, I'll be like, I won't even respond.
Mm-hmm.
Even with my spouse, give me time to process it. Cause I don't want all that negative energy.
Right.
And what was the rest of that question? Cause I don't want to go off topic.
I was saying what do you do to assist you with overcoming
Yeah,
challenges?
that's
And so
it. Yeah, meditation is big too.
yeah.
Um, a friend of mine, Latricia, is big on, meditation. And this, and it's good to be around a calm spirit like yours. Like you are truly a blessing that you don't even know you are sometimes. And knowing that I have friends like you that I can call
Mm-hmm.
when the world feels like it's just about to cave in
Mm-hmm.
and get that free counseling. Make sure y'all, everybody can't do that. Pay y'all bills for my friend, okay? I'm just saying, pay them.
Thank you, thank you. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
and teaching, meditate using oils. And I have I have a nice walk-in closet
Mm-hmm.
uh, that I go into, and I have this beautiful rug that I put down, and it's nice and fluffy. And then Tasha, one of my best friends, gave me it was our best friend, one of our best friends, got me this beautiful little rug because she's like, I always know you in that robe, and she's like, I always know you in that closet, and I'll go in there, and that's my place of peace.
Mm-hmm.
It's and I'll go in and I'll close the door, and
Okay.
I'll lay on that carpet in my robe, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll shut the world out and just meditate, pray,
Mm-hmm.
think about it. Sometimes I go in there to cry because there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with
Oh
crying. It
no,
washes
please.
out. Yes, it's
I,
nothing wrong with it.
I
So, hmm
tell folks that I'm a tear advocate.
yes. Hmm.
Because so many people hold so much in, and it's like this world
It's,
crazy.
it's
You have to
crazy.
let some of this stuff out, and it's okay to let it
It's
out. It's
crazy.
okay. I always say if more people cried, it'd be a lot more peaceful.
It would be a lot more peaceful. And
Mm-hmm.
boo, I'm the biggest thug crybaby you know. Okay? I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest thug crybaby you know. And I'll cry. And it's, things, I'll go in there and cry, pray,
Mm-hmm.
meditate. That's what I do. And some of the things in the world, I just go, people I don't even know,
Yeah.
I'm praying for and praying for families because this world is so wicked. I just think I told you earlier that I was
Mm-hmm.
crying
Mm-hmm.
because of a situation where a little girl had got molested and murdered by someone she trusted, and he killed her, over a year ago, and disregarded her, disposed her body, and won't tell the family where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I wept for that little girl because her mom was a drug addict and her daddy was nowhere to be found. She was raised by family members, and the guy who killed her has a baby by her aunt.
Oh wow.
So the world is
Yeah.
wicked,
Yeah.
and so I go in there. That's my place of peace that I can really
Mm-hmm.
concentrate and release.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. Um. So, are there any things that you like to promote that you do? Because I know there's a few other things that you sometimes do on the
I
side.
do. I do. I'm a jack of all trades because sis like to travel. So with traveling, I do have a travel agency
Mm-hmm.
that I work as Rena Carter at intellitravel.com.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can get your traveling needs, or you can contact me on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
What's my Instagram name?
Well,
Oh,
look,
Pebbles
Pep,
7728.
look, if it wasn't listed, I'm like, I know it's Pebbles.
Pebbles 7728. I also have an adult toy line. Adult pleasure toy line. Pleasures by Pebbles. I have an Instagram that's Pleasures by Pebbles as well.
Okay.
So I'm a jack of all trades. Pleasuresbypebbles.com. And you guys can, or pleasuresbypebbles at gmail.com for all your adult needs. You know, you gotta have balance. You got to have the balance in there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I do now
Mm-hmm.
on the side. Uh, so, and I love to travel. Trying to put some things together with Latricia so that we can do a retreat.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jamaica.
Yes.
I've been so many times. It just
Mm-hmm.
got
Mm-hmm.
back, and we need
Yes.
to get together a retreat for that. I
Yes.
believe that all people, especially women,
Mm-hmm.
all women, especially women of color, need to invest in
Right.
themselves. We
And
pour
I think.
so much of ourselves into other people
Mm-hmm.
that we need to definitely start pouring into ourselves.
Right.
What were you going to say, sis?
No, because I think when we were planning before, it ended up being like what, right
Right,
before COVID?
right before
And
COVID.
so, but that was the whole thing that we were going to call it a selfish
Yeah.
retreat because everybody this thing about being selfish.
Yes.
And selfish to me is just putting the mask on first.
Yes.
Because it never said in a definition that I've ever noticed that it meant that you were mean to other people.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that a lot of people have used that term very manipulatively,
Mm-hmm.
that they try to make you feel bad if you're not putting them first.
Right.
And so they'll call you a name. And
Yeah.
that's what I've noticed with a whole lot of stuff. It's like, oh, if you call you a name, people are responding to the name as opposed to, okay, call me whatever the heck you want to. I said what I said.
Period. You know what I always tell them?
What?
Call me what you want, baby, but just don't call me broke.
Right. Yeah. Because we have, and especially as women, that's the first, oh, we're not selfish. I'm not selfish, like, and so you get back into this kind of, so, this role
Mm-hmm.
of like trying to prove that you're not selfish of
Yeah.
giving,
Yeah.
or giving too much.
Absolutely.
So, I'm just more of the thought like, okay,
Hey, TT. They talking about hey now. Hey, TT.
Yeah.
These are my
So,
goddaughters. He's a twin, Lord. Hey.
okay.
I've been talking about grown stuff on here, girl. Grown stuff. Well, go ahead, Trisha.
Yeah, so that's just been a thing, and I think that's why we were thinking about it because it's like so many women, like you said, are so big. And hell, because I was somebody who gave.
Mm-hmm.
You are someone who gives a lot. I already know.
Yeah.
And sometimes we were doing that at the expense of our own health and well-being.
Absolutely. And I think we really need to go back to doing that because we do need to be back to planning that and getting it done soon. We do need to reach out to women and have it to grow because us as Black women, we don't. I mean, we pour so much into other people. It's ridiculous. I mean, and it's to the point, well, do we even take care of ourselves enough?
Right.
We causing ourselves to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Health issues,
Mm-hmm.
stress, and then the weight comes on because we're doing so much for other people. When do we really just take time to do for ourselves?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
And
do that.
mm-hmm.
I want to continue to, but I need to. It's not just about me. Who are we reaching out to?
Mm-hmm.
Who else can we touch? And each one teach
Right.
one. So when we start little, hopefully it gets big. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to challenge us both, you and
Yeah.
myself, to get back on that
Okay.
before the end of this year, because your passport work now.
You ain't got to call me out, but it's a real thing because it was not working for a minute. Hell, it wasn't even used the first time. So like, if we be as we be real, and my mindset about a whole lot of stuff,
Yeah.
so it was like there were some things that I needed to work through too.
Mm-hmm.
And that was on me like, oh, I'm starting to work through it. Oh, okay, but it shut down. But it's still cool. So, but me making sure that I do all of the things that I said that I wanted to do, and that's why I'm doing this right now, because this is more of my laid back nature. This is something that I've always enjoyed. This is something I've always wanted to do. But I was so busy doing the other that I didn't stop and do some of the other things. So, like, I started making space for, when I do my poetry, or just all of the other things that feed me.
Right. Yes.
So because I'm not just I'm not just one thing,
You're not.
and none of us are just one thing. Like, I think so many of us box ourselves in, but there's so many other sides of us that we're like, okay, but I got this other side, and then I got this other side. I mean, there was a time I sold toys, so like we all got sides,
Yeah, we got some sides now. We got some sides and and some extra meat too. We got it all.
But being able to embrace all of who we are,
Mm-hmm.
and being able to like take the time, and it happened with me taking more time to be more still.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm like, okay, wait a minute, let me do this, or let me, make sure that I start following up more with this other thing. And sometimes we get distracted because working takes a lot sometimes.
It does.
And then being self-employed sometimes took a lot.
Absolutely.
So, and so that's a whole different set of dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, and a lot of times things hold us back. That it's monetary that holds us back, but
or even the perception of
the perception of it, baby. It's payment plans now. Period. We can go where we want to go.
Yeah. Or just planning, because it's more about a plan thing. Like, once you have the plan in place, everything else works itself out. And I've noticed that once you make a decision, everything works itself out.
Yes.
Like, that's a big thing. Like, once you decide for yourself that you are going to be doing something else, then it just works itself out.
Well, health is wealth. And taking care of your mental health, even if it's getting out, you've never been anywhere and venturing out, is you never really know how that helps your mental until you actually do it.
Right.
And then once you do it, you want to go ahead and continue. Oh, I want to do this. It's going to make you work harder so that you know what you. I don't want to miss this again in life.
Right.
So I think taking a mental break from reality. And, some people be like, that's still going to be there when you get back. All right.
But, you have so much more energy for
yes.
it. You be happy when you do it. Like, before, you're not happy with all of the stuff. But
absolutely.
Back, hey, I'm ready for all of it. Like, what else you got?
Absolutely.
What people don't realize is when you do take that time, it doesn't take you as long to accomplish tasks. Like, I work with so many people that work for companies that, to me, are ridiculous with some of their expectations. If you're not monitoring how much energy you're exerting to these things, your quality is not going to be good.
Absolutely.
And what people have not recognized is if you take time for you, your quality will be excellent because you know how to do the boundaries.
Absolutely. You're right.
And you get more done. Like, you just get way, way, way more done.
Yes, you do. You get more with less effort. So, and I find that happens to be true once you put your plan in place and you're working towards going to it. So say you said, I'm going to go somewhere in June. or
Yeah,
March. Oh, okay,
whatever.
it's
Yeah.
January. Oh, I got this planned in June. And then when it gets there, that anticipation, okay, because I know I have that break.
Mhm.
And then once you take that break and you're on it, I got to get back. When I get back, I've had another break, but this is what I want to do now. So I know what I have a next goal I want to reach. This is what I want to do.
Mhm.
So it's just a part
And
of life. You got to do that for yourself.
and enjoying what you do.
So,
Just like you were saying how you were, like you had your note when you came back
mhm.
because you encouraged someone to follow their dreams. If you're
Yes.
somewhere miserable all the
Mhm.
time, that may or may not be the place for you.
Absolutely. Everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah. And so maybe checking in with that,
Mhm.
like that you get to check in with yourself. And if you're not reaping the benefits of, going to a space and being at peace, you know,
Yes.
um, or being able to work with people, or, like there's so many different things that come up, but if you're not in a conducive environment to be at peace, or you can't keep your peace even if you're in this whatever crazy environment,
Mhm.
then that's something to pay attention
Right.
to me,
Right.
so
You're right. So yeah, you hit the nail on the head or the head on the nail.
yeah.
Which one is? Yeah, that's
The
what you
nail.
did, girl.
It has now been hit. No.
It's in there.
Right, right. So, what would be, because we're actually, believe it or not, we're at 8:51.
Okay, cool. That was not
Yeah,
bad.
so that went real fast. I knew it
Mm-hmm.
would because like we tend to have a good time together
Anyway,
anyway. Um,
period.
and so, what would be your words of encouragement to other people in this moment?
Don't dwell on things that you cannot change.
Ooh, that's a word.
Control the controllables.
Mm-hmm.
You can't control it. Why we worried about it?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna stress yourself out. And then people health stress is a number one killer. And
Exactly.
guess
It.
what? This world gonna keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Control the controllables.
Nice. That is a good. That's a good one.
Okay?
Yes. So
I live by it, girl. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna do the best I can. Well, what
you
I
know,
can do.
and that's one of the things. One of my favorite books is the Four Agreements, and then like that's the fourth agreement is to always do your best. And one of the things that he talks about in the book is your best is going to look different from time to time. It's going to be different when you're sick and when you're healthy. It's going to be different depending on who you're around. Like, but you can just do your best for what you have. And if you're doing that, you don't have nothing else to worry about.
Do your best and damn the rest.
Ooh, I like the damn the rest.
It is what it is. That's it. So yeah, don't stress about it. All
Mm-hmm.
right. And take care of yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, I think those are great
Okay.
things. Like I said, I'm in the midst of like this whole thing of honoring all of the things. And
Mm-hmm.
so I am so grateful that you are my first guest.
Thank you.
Um, and we just get to have conversations, and I'm encouraging other people. I think I have two more people that agreed, and I'm going to set those up that I'll be doing this bi-weekly. So if anyone is interested in just having a conversation and talking, and we can do the same thing. I know one person is going to be talking about a specific topic because they're completing, I think, or maybe completed a book around a particular topic. But I'm just, wanting to have these type of conversations because the wisdom that you just dropped, hello, left, right, front, back, just about life, and it's people. Like we all have our story,
Yes,
you
we
know.
do. And I'll be happy to come back. And I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you this, my sister, before we go, keep going. Um, keep doing it. Keep striving. Cause and it's gonna grow
Mhm.
because you're always so positive. And you're always wanting to do the right thing. Even if you don't feel like doing the right thing, you still end up doing the right thing because that's just you. Because I don't even know why, and God placed you in my life for a reason. But you're blessing people. You're
Thank
touching
you.
people, and then sometimes this is somebody's therapy that can't afford it. And
Mm-hmm.
if you just reach one person
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
with this word, then it's worth it. So blessing people by your presence, blessing people by this platform and helping you to grow this platform. I'm honored to be your first guest. I'll be your second guest. I'll be your 20th. I'll be your 160th.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching people. And love is light.
And light is love.
And love is light.
Yes. And like I said, I'm just so honored and I'm so grateful that I was able to hear your story from you
Yes.
in a different way. Like I said, I've seen and I've watched and everything else, and it's just been amazing to watch you stay so focused. And you mentioned support and everything else, but you stayed focused,
That's
and you made sure, like you said, you were determined that you weren't going to be what everybody or what people said, and it just reminds me so much because it reminds me of high school because I had a professor. I don't even know how I passed because I didn't go to that class. Because every time, listen, he would say some crazy stuff. I'm like, we're in the middle of Detroit, and you had a you people are going to end up this. You people are going to, and I'm like, I'm raising my hand, but I'm the only one raising my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who are the you
Yeah.
people? You know,
Because who are you talking to? Yeah.
exactly. And I'm like, why am I the only one raising my hand? And it was such a challenge for me to even go to class because I was like, why? And I was like, well, why are you in Detroit? Like, why are you teaching here?
Right.
Like, if you feel this way about, because ain't nothing in here. We had maybe one white student in
Mm-hmm.
the school for the whole 4 years, and we
Mm-hmm.
had one exchange student. Like that was
They,
it.
they were minority too. They don't even
And so but I couldn't understand how he was able to just say all of that and it was like over people's
Yeah.
head, or no one even cared enough to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it bothered me because it's like you can't speak over people. I think that when you say certain things, you're speaking over people, and if they don't have any other support, they may receive what you said
Right.
and take
You're right.
as a truth, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not a truth. It's not giving them options or anything like that. So I'm glad that you instilled in all your children to speak their mind.
Absolutely. Period.
You
They
know,
yeah.
even at young ages,
Mm-hmm.
and they knew that you always got their back.
Got their
So
back.
that's
And don't lie. And if any children ever see this, don't lie to your parents because they can't have your back if you're telling them a lie.
right.
Now
And
you can tell other people something that everybody don't need to know your business. But
right.
don't lie to the ones that's close to you, your parents.
Are the people who have supported you
Absolutely. Or
because
the people who have supported you. That's right.
because unfortunately I've seen both. I've seen good parents and I've seen some that have been
Yeah.
challenged in
Yeah.
that.
And you're working. Mm-hmm.
So for the people that got your back,
Yeah.
just
Absolutely.
don't do it. you know so yeah, yay. So this has
Yeah.
been a successful collaborative conversation. Are you open for questions if anybody has any, or we gonna sign out? I don't think that there is anyone. I don't see any comments or questions. I don't know if it's. I don't.
Yeah. I'm an open book. If they had any questions, I don't think nobody in
Okay.
here right now to answer asking it. Hit me in my
Well, it'll
inbox if you need me. You see?
look, and I'm gonna figure out how to make sure that this is on there and saved and all of that good stuff.
Let's
Amen.
just save it, okay?
Oh yeah, I plan on it. I
Okay.
think I think that's an option. I really do feel like I needed somebody to walk me through. In a minute I'm gonna be a master. That's all I know.
Amen.
But today
Uh-huh.
I'm
All
working
right.
on it. I'm working on the mastering part of this. So,
You got
but
this.
yeah, yep.
You
So I
got
know.
it.
Look, girl, I don't even know how to turn this off.
Oh,
It's going.
Lord. You hit the
Wait, let me.
X at the top.
But do I do the X?
Yes. And then, hit the thing and I can leave the room.
Okay, so
All right. Have a
okay.
good night.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks again
Thanks.
for coming.
Peace. Anytime.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Peace. Bye bye.